Thinking about fasting? Not so fast. Hi, I'm Noah from Keto as a Family, and today we're going to discuss fasting. There's many forms of fasting. Fasting is the oldest dietary practice in the world. Fasting simply is the absence of food. In ketosis, we can utilize fasting in multiple forms. Either an intermittent fasting, which is you abstain from eating food for a small or large period of time, and then you have a feeding window or a amount of time when you eat your meal for the day, or meals. The most popular is something called the 16-8. That's where you fast for 16 hours, and then you have an 8-hour refeeding window. Now during that 8 hours, it doesn't mean eat continuously for 8 hours. It means consume the meal or meals, usually 2, that you're going to eat within an 8-hour time frame. Don't stretch it out over 8 hours. A lot of people make that mistake and they will eat for 8 hours and then fast for 16. You're fasting and you don't even know it. That's right. Every night when you go to bed, you're fasting. So give yourself some credit. You've already started. When you go to sleep, your body uses stored energy to sustain itself while you're sleeping. Although your body slows down your metabolic rate, it still has to function and still needs energy. So your body has already begun fasting and is in a fasted state when you wake up, hence the term break fast or breakfast. Now, breakfast, we've all been told, is the most important meal of the day. It's not necessarily true. You can actually skip breakfast, continue fasting, get to your 16-hour mark, and then after your 16 hours are up, or your intended time period is up, have your meal. Have a meal that's high in fat, moderate in protein, and very low in carbohydrate. Now, as with any change in your diet, you should consult a medical provider to make sure that it's safe for you. But generally speaking, fasting is safe for everyone. Even the sickest people in the hospital are put on a fasted state, but we call it NPO, or nil paras. That just means nothing per mouth. So you really can't be too sick to fast. A couple things to keep in mind while you are fasting though. Keep your electrolytes up in the form of supplements. Make sure you're hydrating. Water is important. Just because you're not eating solid foods doesn't mean you should not be drinking beverages. Drink plenty of water and other non-caloric beverages. Don't drink anything with an artificial sweetener in it because that will spike your insulin due to the cephalic insulin response, which I referred to in other videos, which is a fancy way of saying when the tongue tastes something sweet, it tells the body something sweet is coming, insulin is upregulated, and we can see a spike in glucose just from the mere presence of something sweet in the mouth, without necessarily even being swallowed. Stay away from gums and mints that contain artificial sweeteners because they can still make your brain think that you are consuming a meal. Believe it or not, it's true. There are several fasts that allow for certain beverages to be consumed, such as black coffee and tea. However, you must omit creamers and sugar substitutes. You want to have non-caloric beverages while fasting. That's the whole point. It's to put your body in a state where it is relying solely on the energy stored in your body, and when you are fat adapted in a ketogenic lifestyle, that stored energy is fat. So you will burn more fat while you're fasting because your body is relying on the stored energy in the form of fat that's already on your body to power itself. It will break this fat down, convert it into ketones to make energy for you. Unlike when you're eating and you consume fat, your body breaks down the fat you eat, turns it into fatty acids, uses it for energy, and you expel the rest. When you're fasting, all of your energy is 100% coming from stored energy in your body fat. Also during fasting, your body goes through a process called autophagy, and that's just a fancy way of saying self-eating. Your body will go into scavenger mode and look for old proteins and old energy that it's stored away, just like some of us store things away and we forgot where we put in them, so maybe we go and buy new ones, or we don't even realize we have something good because we put it somewhere and forgot about it. Your body does the same thing when it stores things. So when you're in a fasted state, your body starts scavenging and looking, and it remembers or finds these things that it put away, such as proteins and fat, and breaks down these old proteins and fats in some of these cells that are kind of gunking things up and probably are getting old and should need to be destroyed. Your body will break them down, either use them for energy or recycle them. So it's a very helpful process. So let me just be clear again. So when you are fasting, your body's a fat burning machine, and it's breaking down your fat stored in your body and turning it into energy. It's that simple. So fasting is a great way to help lose weight, feel better, in addition to a ketogenic lifestyle. And being fat adapted in a ketogenic lifestyle will help you fast longer without cravings, without feeling like you're crashing, because the ketones will sustain you. And ketones have a natural hunger suppressing ability. So your ketones will be elevated, your hunger will be down, and you'll be able to go longer periods without food. And start off low and slow. You don't want to go off on some long fast for 30 days as your first time, fail at it, and then be upset and never do it again. Start off with a 12-hour fast, then work your way up to a 16-hour fast. And then before you know it, you can do a 24-hour fast or longer. There are some apps available for your smartphones or tablets that you can download that keep track of all of your fasts and will show you in bar graph form how long your longest fast has been. You can edit and put notes about the fast. You can get as creative with it as you'd like. It's up to you. I personally use an app called Zero, and that keeps track of all of my fasts and shows it in bar graph form. Also during fasting, your body releases certain chemicals and hormones that promote a sensation of wellness and make you feel good and help you with mental clarity. So it's amazing what you can get from doing nothing at all. And that's fasting. Just abstaining from eating and staying hydrated. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe to our channel, share with a friend or family member, and you can follow us on all of our social media links here. And we have plenty other videos for you to watch about Ketosis 101, how to avoid cheating. We have recipes. I look forward to your feedback and hearing from you so we can discuss this further. But remember, fasting is a great tool, and you can implement it in a ketogenic lifestyle and get great results. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. And if you're interested in more information on fasting, I recommend a great book called The Complete Guide to Fasting by Dr. Jason Fung and Jimmy Moore. I'll leave a link in the description below.